Hi, I'm Cliff Aliperti with ImmortalEphemera.com, and today we're taking a look at a set of movie cards from Hollywood's golden age. It's the 1935 Gallaher Signed Portraits of Famous Stars, set of 48 cards. You can see on the Gable card the signature across the front. That gives the set the name. All 48 have a similar signature on front. And we will take a look at all 48 of these cards in the gallery coming up in just a second. For now, I don't want to do this to Clark. We'll pick up Leslie Fuller. I'll show you the flexibility of the card. It's on cardstock. Similar to other issues from Gallaher, but this one's a little less common. Give you an ideal scale. It's Leslie Fuller compared to a quarter. And we'll also put them up against an old baseball card. 1979 Topps. You can see the baseball card's much larger. In this case, the card is Raleigh Fingers with his awesome mustache. And so there's 48 of these British Tobacco issues, 1935, and here they come. This is the 1935 Gallaher Signed Portraits of Famous Stars set of 48 tobacco cards. Leading off with card number 1, Elizabeth Allen, who actually is one of my favorites. She's in a couple Dickens films, David Copperfield, A Tale of Two Cities, and horror fans might know her from Mark of the Vampire. And I have a pretty detailed biography of her up on the site at ImmortalEphemera.com. Card number 2 is Will Rogers, who helps date this set, and certainly no earlier than 1935, because on back it mentions his untimely death in an air accident in August 1935. Card number 3 is Una Merkel. Card number 4 is Herbert Munden, who I often slip and call Mundine, but I suppose it is Munden. Often when I'm not sure, I'll try and find something contemporary with the star on YouTube. But, you know, Munden didn't make a lot of newsreels or show up on What's Your Line or anything, so I'll go with Herbert Munden. Card number 5 is Maj Evans. And this is one of several sets Gallaher in Great Britain released in the throughout mostly the mid-1930s. This is my favorite of the sets and the most valuable of the film star sets. Card number 6 is Jean Hersholt. You had other sets like Famous Film Stars, Film Partners, Shots from Famous Films, Film Episodes, Stars of Screen and Stage, I think Champions of Screen and Stage. And you can find, on a good day you might find one of those sets for $10 or $15 on eBay plus shipping, but $20 to $25, a little more realistic, maybe even $30, $35 if they're in nice shape. This you'll be lucky to pay $50 or $60 for this. It's more of a $80 to $100 set. Card number 7 is Greta Garbo. Beautiful pose. This set has some of my favorite poses. There are a couple that aren't quite right, but most like this Garbo. Very nice. And these cards, while they're the same size as the other Gallaher issues, 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches tall. Card number 8 is Leslie Fuller. They are much more pleasing to look at than the other Gallaher sets, in my opinion. Card number 9, in case you didn't recognize him, is Lionel Barrymore. And if you didn't recognize him, you should go watch David Copperfield as soon as you can. Card number 10 is Pat Patterson. Card number 11 is Robert Montgomery. Another excellent pose. I don't know if Montgomery had blue eyes, but they did a good job of giving him blue eyes here. Card number 12, another great one, Myrna Loy. Card number 13 is Clark Gable. And on back, you can see there's a little biographical information in the middle of the card that mentions recent releases. Gable, they mention it happened one night, and then at the end it says a more recent success was China Seas, which is another one I'd recommend. It's a really good action movie for the mid-1930s. Card number 14 is Rochelle Hudson. Card number 15 is a pouty-looking Jackie Cooper. Card number 16 is Sig Ruman. The deep German accent, reminiscent of, I feel like if he was around longer, he would have been on Hogan's Heroes. Card number 17 is James Dunn. Card number 18 is Edmund Lowe. Another very nice pose. Card number 19, John Bowles, who nobody seems to remember, but he was in 2 Shirley Temple movies. He was in Frankenstein. He was in Stella Dallas. A little bit of a biography on him up at the site. And the thing that always stands out to me, one of my favorite headlines, I don't know if anybody called him this beyond this one headline, but he was touted as the Elvis Presley of the Stone Age. He got his start in some late 20s musicals. Card number 20 is Warren William, who happens to be one of my all-time favorites. I run a second website. It's actually a Warren William fan site at warrenwilliam.com. And I'm not kidding. This is right around the time towards the end of his stay at Warner Brothers, which was the peak time of his career. Slightly after the peak, he's king of the pre-codes. Number 21 is Paul Muni. I don't know if I mentioned, but it says right up top, this is a set of 48 cards, as were I think most of the Gallaher sets. Card number 22, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Card number 23 is George Brent. Seems the artist went a little heavy on the lips there. Halfway point number 24 is Warner Baxter. 25, Marlene Dietrich. And with all the Hollywood stars, it's tough to forget this is a British set, but number 26 is a reminder, Gertrude Lawrence. Number 27, Betty Davis. 28 is Alice Faye. 29 is Carol Lombard. Really nice pose. And you'd be surprised, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to try and sell these, make sure you clearly point out that the signature is printed into the card. Because you would not believe how many people would, for example, think they're getting a $6 or $7 Carol Lombard autograph from me. It's not happening. Number 30, Rosemary Ames. Number 31 is a young Claire Trevor, as I tend to dub any Claire Trevor pre-Stagecoach. Number 32 is Jane Baxter. There's a good one. Number 33, Gary Cooper. And the key to this set is actually going to be the last card in it, so we'll get there eventually. It's another thing I like to do. You see at the end it mentions that Cooper more recently started Desire, in which he started with Marlene Dietrich, seen in number 25 of this series. If you think about the person collecting the cards back in 1935, and that's card number 34, Adrian Ames. The old collector, unless if they didn't know otherwise, would have the card and they would say, oh, Dietrich's in this set too. Card number 35 is Virginia Bruce. 36 is Kay Francis. Card number 37 is B.B. Daniels. Card number 38 is Norma Shearer. 39, a stately pose from Constance Cummings. A lot of good pre-codes. Mentions here she recently came to England. I don't think she went back, actually. I think she embarked on a second phase of her career over there. Card number 40 is Marion Marsh. And I really hope that facsimile signature is the way she actually signs, because those are pretty cool M's. It's like pitchforks almost. Number 41 is Greta Netzler. Number 42, one of those iffy poses I mentioned. That's Maureen OSullivan. Face looks a little heavy in spots, I guess would be the best way to put it. 43 is Lewis Stone. 44 is my least favorite card in the set, because I think that looks nothing like Barbara Stanwyck. If you covered up her name, I would not guess it. And I've seen quite a bit of Stanwyck. Quite a few Stanwyck movies. Number 45, Wallace Beery. Looks like he's posing for a mugshot almost. Actually, I'm a big fan of Beery's. He's somebody I considered writing about. He's got a pretty interesting life. Number 46 is Janet Gaynor. Number 47 is Mae West. And as I said, we close out the set with, I guess, the key. West might be the second key, but the key to the set would be Jean Harlow. And that's a very nice pose of her. I usually get anywhere from $10 to $15 for that card, depending on the condition. So, it's the 1935 Gallaher Signed Portraits of Famous Stars, set of 48 tobacco cards out of Great Britain. And I hope you enjoyed a look at those old movie collectibles. If you'd like to see more items like those, there are hundreds of galleries and checklists over at the main site at immortalephemera.com. And you can shop for similar items at store.immortalephemera.com. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one, and look below for direct links to the main site and the store. Thanks very much for watching.